charge. You damned idealists, ruining the market for us.
Pero, ¿qué pasa, mi gente? ¿Cómo estamos? Estamos en un nuevo vídeo, estamos en The Witcher 3. Y vamos a seguir por donde lo dejamos, que estamos aquí con Joachim von Gratz, que habían atacado a Priscilla. Por cierto, hay aquí una luz como muy rara, ¿no? Es como que procede de ningún sitio, la luz. Bueno, a ver. Esto... Vejín de demonio, no sé si funcionará muy bien con esta peña.
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Vale, tengo otra bomba, que no sé si funcionará mejor. Tengo otra bomba, que no sé si funcionará mejor. Vale, contra el bicho este que viene bien. Constructos, no. Son necrófagos, ¿no? Esta. El de necrófago, supongo. Ah, viene bien el Irden y el Quen. Ah. Curioso. Uy, esta espada. De acero. Hostia, pero... ¿y esto? Esto lo tengo... Ah, que tengo la espada de... Vale, que tengo la Roma ahí. Vale. Es verdad, tenía la Roma puesta. Vale, espérate. 92, 99, 96 creo, 98. Vale, aceite de necrófago. Vale, viene bien el Irden. Le voy a tirar el Simon. Hostia, que me mata tú. ¡Oh! Lo he esquivado. Otro Irden aquí. ¡Hala! Ya está, Joaquín. ¿Qué what is it? Estás como una puta cabra, tío.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobritz. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Hombre. Me queda nada, para subir de nivel. Venga, vamos para arriba.
Take the ladder.
Tú cuando quieras, ¿eh?
This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example.
Yo voy a robar todo lo que hay aquí, si no te importa.
Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
¿Te importa si antes...? Esto por la investigación, ¿eh? A ver, primero este.
Looks like necrophage has got to this one. Let's keep looking. Human, wrong body type.
Bueno. Pero ¿cuántas cosas más saquear hay aquí? ¿Me puedes decir dónde está? Ah, sí, algo tonto. Creo que es este, ¿eh? No sé por qué me da a mí. O este de aquí. ¿Eh?
That's gotta be him.
This one's a she. Remember, beards are no indicator of gender amongst dwarves.
A dwarf, but the hands. Not a carpenter's. A banker's, more likely. Let's keep looking.
Este sí.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Let's look at his head.
Vamos a escuchar.
Hair smells like it's burnt. Like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded. Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor. His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages, no sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
De arriba abajo hasta los huevos le hemos examinado.
All right. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
Ha sido un asesino ritual, ha sido un castigo, no hay motivo, el asesino está loco, prefiero no compartir mis conclusiones. Uf, yo creo que ritual.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert
Oh.
Wright, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted, drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
¿No se está refiriendo solo a la forma de ser?
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebiritz was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner, near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Vaya.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. You didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel, a rogue, like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer, delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Investigar el callejón donde fue atacada, examina el lugar donde murió el carnicero, encuentra a Eustace. Vale, pues vamos por pasos. Primero, a donde Priscilla. ¡Ay, la Priscilla! ¡Ay, la Priscilla! No, no robes, no vaya a ser que nos encontremos aquí a...
A hearty thanks to you, Geralt. Deliver us eternal fire. Father of all.
A ver. ¿Cómo que si no te toca? Será por aquí, ¿no? Wendy silbidos.
Human. Priscilla's. A brazier. This time of year?
Uy.
Grab him!
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
Sermón de un ciudadano preocupado. Recordad, buenas gentes, que la luz que proyecta el fuego disipa todas las tinieblas. Vale. ¿Qué coño hacéis? ¿Qué? Hijos de puta.
Got me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant. Hoes can fight back.
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know
Me los he
something.
cargado
Here I can't
técnicamente.
help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Bueno, a eso estoy.
Oh, my head's ringing. Got a problem?
I know that smell. This time of year. Formaldehyde. Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back.
Vale. Pues venga, vámonos. Examina el lugar donde murió el carpintero con tus sentidos de brujo. ¡Voy! No, por aquí no se entra, ¿no? Tendrá que entrar por otro lado. Ahí el GPS.
Anyone home?
Ah, estos...
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer. Looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit your stupid mutts, lie down.
A todos los enanos le ponen la misma ropa, tío.
charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. A better back and dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. As soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I run to a mate who raises fighting dogs. Bought these 2 mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. And a sleep sound at least.
Bueno, no sé yo si 2 perros.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
Mayer and Mayer. Hostia, vaya perragos,
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Sí, son los...
Damn it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a
Sí, el
buyer for
perro
this
más
shit,
grande
I'll
que
head
él.
on to Mahakam. You near my family or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
It was like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss and burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze, and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
Claim not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. In Novigrad, folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. They care about some dwarf.
Bueno.
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
'Twas Fabian who threatened this one last. Well, you were a good dwarf. Craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, 'tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dish rag, and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
No creo,
Know where I can find her? This dish rag?
City cemetery. She died a few days back, quietly in her sleep. Her pont said a fever took her.
Pues vaya.
Fine. We've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Pero tengo que ir con los perros. Lo mismo. Deja el sermón ese.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones. Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Murderer dragged something heavy. Statues. Or a corpse. Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
Gracias. ¿Tienes ganas a que lo abre y se lo cargan?
Aye.
Had a look at your sculptures.
Lad? Lifelike, aren't they?
The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Melitele.
Oh, aye. Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, tits like that will crush her back. Whittle him down. He said, nay, they'd sell better this way. Told me to shut me trap. And sell they did. Till one sermon at the temple, and the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human Myers sins twofold, as a heretic and as a lecher. That was the end of that.
Bueno. Breve,
Fine. We've
pero
need to
intenso.
look around. More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind. Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it.
Bueno, pues vámonos. Vale, aquí ya hemos visto suficiente. Así que venga, encuentra a Eustace, el recolector de cadáveres. Este está en medio de la calle con un carro, puede ser. Mira. Encima te vacila, ¿sabes? Te va vacilando el hijo puta, te va dejando notas por medio de la calle. Tal cual, si vas con los sentidos de brujo, en cuanto recoges la primera y vas andando, te vas encontrando por la calle. Mira, otra. Nota dejada por el espía. La negociación de la Corporación de Comercio sigue en marcha. Ah, no, esto es otra cosa. Mensajes ocultos de corte nilfgaardiano. Bueno, esto es otra historia. Vamos. Ahora haremos eso.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Está muy bien, pero quiero hablar con Eustace. Eustace, ¿quién es este? Uf, Eustace. Eustace.
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Oh, yeah, I remember. No eyes, no art, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One was so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow.
¡Qué gilipollas!
Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
Sí.
You searched Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you a tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
Talk. What did you find on him?
I had you wish.
Qué bueno es el Axia, tío.
Triflings, balls, glass-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Ahí te quedas, chaval.
Boy, fucking hell. What was that for?
For everything.
Y se queda ahí.
Sick of it all.
Vale, habla con el forense. Vale.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Gracias. ¿Te importa si robo un par de cosas? Aunque creo que aquí no hay nada.
Geralt, right? Glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
By the way, you and von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision. Joachim had been my favorite student, but Alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Exacto.
How old's von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Not surprising. For years, I've lived in the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life. Amusing, is it not?
No sé yo, ¿eh?
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad. Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment. Made of human skin.
A message from the murderer. The name of his next victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Corre.
Till next time, master.
Venga, venga, sí, hasta luego. Pesado con la carrera, déjame. Ah, no, un momento. Si voy por aquí puede ser... Sí, por aquí. Que ahí tengo el viaje rápido y me deja en la mansión pegue el pot. Pegue el pot. Corre. Cada objeto contribuye a aumentar el peso que llevas encima, así que administra bien tu inventario. Puedes aumentar la cantidad de objetos que puedes llevar si le colocas mejores alforjas a tu caballo. Geralt, es momento de correr, no de andar. Venga. Utiliza las patitas.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, I'll throw my ass out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Mira, te meto un espadazo, tío, te arranco la cabeza y... Mira.
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now. I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our gods...
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
¿Tú crees?
Please, follow me.
Ayuda a tu hijo.
A fire fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith.
¿Te quieres mover, Ingrid?
We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Hear that? Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should go in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
Vaya.
He ran out the other door. Catch him.
No lo creo, ¿eh? Me jodas. Déjame correr. Déjame correr, coño. ¿Coño hacéis, tío? Ya lo he perdido. Estáis tontos de la cabeza, tío. Coño, Geralt. Ya lo he perdido, tío. Estáis tontos de la cabeza, tío. Estáis tontísimos de la cabeza. Coño, tío. Joder. ¿Estamos tontos de la cabeza o qué? Es que estamos tontos de la cabeza, tío.
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery, taking you to the heiress.
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire, only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body, a note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim. Please.
Pues no lo puedo prometer.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name but the place too. Won't get away this time.
Claro, es que vas a analizar del cuerpo, si...
Another empty formaldehyde bottle.
Me han
Same
reventado,
wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
Lo siento mucho por tu pérdida, pero tengo que correr. Espérate, antes de eso, personaje. Vamos a mejorar. ¿No tengo más huecos? Nivel 22, nivel 26, nivel 30 y nivel 28. Bueno, pues hasta nivel 22 nada. hasta el siguiente nivel habrá que esperar. Se han venido aquí. A ver, también porque me he dejado un poco, o sea, digo, no me lo voy a tomar muy en serio. Es que no sé si se puede alcanzar al asesino, ¿no? Todo claro, pues entre los perros y los guardias creo que no te deja. Tú. El número total de cartas de Gwen que puedes ganar con los mercaderes es limitado y solo podrás ganar una carta por mercader. Bueno, está bien. Venga, vamos.
Look awfully suspicious to me, tramp.
A ver si Hattori quiere comprar cosas. Hattori!
Greetings,
Hey, Via.
Greetings, Geralt.
What do you have on?
Bueno, sí, esto también te lo vendo. ¿Y algo más que te pueda vender? Así... Mira esto. Te lo llevas. Solón. Venga, a ver si la encontramos. En el local de Katy la lisiada. Allá donde voy, por luego con la muerte, ¿eh?
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
What, no foreplay? No formaldehyde? Coals in my eye sockets?
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to crippled Kate's. To sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know, but I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. To Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day, procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
You'll untie her, drop your coin pouch on the table, then leave here and never come back.
Yes, I will.
Good boy.
¡Hala! Perfecto. ¿Veis? Es que aquí he hecho trampa, porque yo ya sabía la verdad, ¿vale? Yo ya sabía... Es que... Esta me acuerdo porque... Me has dicho perra cuando quieras. ¿A que sí? Ve al almacén que está cerca del puerto, vale. Vamos a ir por este tío. No vamos a enfrentar a él, porque sí, no vamos a enfrentar a él. Spoiler. Y vamos a ver qué pasa. Pero ya os digo, yo ya me sabía esta misión porque me acuerdo que me marcó bastante. Porque al principio la lié. Me lo cargué a este tío y dijimos, sí, y dije, sí, es este. ¿Qué pasó? que me seguían dejando notas y averigüé que no era él. Después me di cuenta que no era él. Es lo que hay. Es lo que hay. No hay otra. Abrir.
Run out of formaldehyde.
I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel.
Nope.
Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword.
What are you?
A vampire. Higher, of course.
Hombre, la edad.
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality.
Coño, parece Barcelona.
So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
There are other ways. Could have set up a soapbox in Hierarch Square, preached from it.
How funny. That's exactly what I did. But none listened. Instead they laughed, threw stones. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spend his last copper on whores. An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith. A Trebirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule. They did not deserve to live. But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path, the path to the fire, to cleansing, to salvation. For you, I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith. I sense this.
Lo siento bien.
But I'm pretty good with a sword.
Pretty good. Might not cut it.
Evidentemente íbamos a pelear. Espérate. A ver. Ah, menos mal que tenía el cuen. Vale, y a este que le viene bien. Sin más es un vampiro, sin más, ¿no? Vampiro supremo es el Igni. Bueno. ¿Dónde apuntas, Geralt? Cabrón. ¿Ya te has muerto? Solo por si acaso. Ahora va, vampiro rustido. Míralo, dejando aquí las cartitas, Pero sería él, de verdad. No sé. Podría ser otro perfectamente, que estuviese... ¡Hala! Greetings. Pues nada, ya nos lo hemos cargado. Vale, vamos a ir a hablar con Priscilla y con Jaskier. Que está en la otra puta punta, tío. Mejor por aquí, ¿no? En el puente de San Gregorino. O San Gregorio. O sangre. La que le hemos hecho derramar al vampiro. Vale. Pues vamos a hablar con Jaskier y Priscilla y lo dejamos justo por aquí, ¿vale? Vamos a hablar con ellos. Y tenemos que mirar lo del Nilfgaardiano, ¿eh? Lo de la carta del Nilfgaardiano este. A ver qué pasa. Funciona mejor el GPS de The Witcher, entre comillas, en la ciudad que en el campo, ¿eh?
Well, a witcher. Calm down. Why must you pester me?
Te reviento la puta cabeza, ¿eh?
Well, a witcher.
Que sí. Well, a Witcher. Sí, ya lo he escuchado.
What is it you need, boy?
¿Yo?
Won't let them boss you around, eh?
Todo lo que tengo.
What is it you need, boy? Yes. What is it you need, boy?
Este tío está mal, ¿eh?
Yes, Geralt?
Found and killed the murderer. It was Hubert. You were right not to trust him. He was a higher vampire.
I thought nothing could surprise me in Novigrad. Seems I was wrong. Deeply wrong.
Sí.
Thank you, Geralt. Were it not for you, this would never have ceased.
Farewell. How's
Ahora sí.
Better, right?
Yes.
Ah, puedes hablar.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. For me and Priscilla.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Brockelon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calametta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
¡Hala! Se acabó esta historia. Vale, pues lo que vamos a hacer... Quita, coño. Vale, lo que vamos a hacer básicamente y llanamente es... Seleccionamos misiones... Secundarias... Encuentra el siguiente alijo con tus sentidos de brujo. Está a tomar por culo. Vale, vamos a quedarnos aquí en una zona tranquilita. Aquí mismo. Aquí me parece bien. Sí, aquí mismo. Vale, lo vamos a dejar... A ver, no es que se vea que era... Ahí estamos. Lo vamos a dejar por aquí. Espero que os haya gustado el vídeo. Espero que os haya molado. Yo ya sabía lo de que el tío este era el vampiro supremo, más que nada porque ya os he dicho que me he hecho varias veces este juego, ¿vale? Y hay cosas que sí que me acuerdo, otras que no. Por eso me habéis visto que no he ido directo a por este cabrón. Sí que es verdad que era sospechoso, porque dices, tío, un este del fuego eterno que nadie le vea pasar así de rápido. El otro dice que es el maestro de uno y uno... O sea, el Joaquín le ha dicho al... Es que no me acuerdo, se me ha ido ya el nombre, ya se me ha olvidado, tío. Le ha dicho al Hubert, ¿era? El Joaquín le ha dicho al Hubert, oye, no has cambiado nada en 30 años. Y ahí es cuando os he dicho yo, no se está refiriendo solamente a la forma de ser. Se refería a la edad y a la forma de verse. Un vampiro no envejece o no envejece súper lento, ¿vale? Bueno, si tú lo dices. Entonces, más que nada por eso me habéis visto que he ido muy directo. En otras circunstancias, si no me acordase, aunque sí que me acordé porque la verdad que es bastante interesante la primera vez que lo haces, porque tienes que estar investigando a ver qué pasa, ver las víctimas, relacionar, ver hechos, tal. Y cuando dices, tan rápido he encontrado al este, me parece muy raro. En The Witcher encontrar tan rápido al asesino en serie me suena raro. Pero te lo puedes esperar, dices, coño, si la próxima víctima es esta y aparece este tío quemándola viva, hombre, tiene pinta de asesino, la verdad. Perdón por el ruido de moto. Es lo que tiene mi calle, que resuena por todos lados. Así que nada, eso, espero que os haya gustado el vídeo, espero que os haya molado. Y pues nada, como siempre digo, a disfrutar. Pase, que yo me... No pasa usted. Venga, me quedo yo por aquí, ¿vale? Así que nada, como siempre digo, a disfrutar y nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo. Chao.